would everybody join me with the pledge of the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll go ahead and ask Brian to introduce himself. Ask Brian to introduce himself as he replaced Dick O'Neill.
Brian, I'll let you introduce yourself, maybe tell the board a little bit about yourself. And Brian comes to us tonight as replacing Mr. O'Neill.
Brian Drum, I'm a teacher in Knightstown, live in Connersville, lived here pretty much my whole life with the exception of college. That's pretty much me in a nutshell.
Okay, welcome to the board. I'd like to remind everyone to please silence their phones tonight. We'll have roll call for attendance.
Ruby Seiler.
Present.
Leota King.
Present.
Brian.
Present.
Ed is absent. Gary Naylor.
Present.
Kay Riker is absent. Chad Frank.
Here.
Bill Mackey.
Present.
Stephanie McCann.
Present.
Bill McDaniel.
Present.
Ann Sanders.
Present.
And myself.
All right, I believe we have a quorum then. We'll move on to minutes of the February 11th meeting.
Actually, those weren't ready. We still have the ones for January
Okay.
14th.
I'll
The agenda was made before I got the minutes.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to approve the January 14th minutes.
I make a second to approve the, I make a motion to approve those.
Okay, I'll second it.
There's been a motion made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. Motion carries. Or do you want a roll call for everything, or?
No. What we typically do is the only thing we really have the roll call vote on is strictly for the petitions.
Okay, all right.
Everything else we do a voice vote.
We have here tonight a public hearing for James D. and Deanna N. Sargent. Is that correct? Bill, do you want to start with your report there?
Okay, well, what they'll just do is what we typically do is my report is that public information right there. But what we typically just do is we have the petitioner present,
Okay.
explain the project, and then they then go through the criteria, explain why they meet all the criteria.
Okay, all right. We'll let you speak then.
Okay, great. We are looking to add some dog kennels onto our existing house, our residence, place of residence. We run an online, well, it's a breeding program called These Cockapoos. And we've been raising cockapoo puppies for 3 or 4 years. We started out with just a litter or two a year, and it's expanded, and now we need a home for all of our breeding dogs. So if you look at the inside the packets, the first page, the red is our existing garage. Everything to the right of that is new construction, proposed new construction. The kennels out the back are addition to that. That's just going to be a slab off the back side of the house. For them to have a place, it'll all be under roof. There's a few other prints of the home and what it will look like when it's finished. It will be a nice building, brick front, big porch, nice garage. So if anything, it's going to add value to the neighbor's property value. And then to go through the questions we were asked, the main goal is to provide adequate housing for our breeding program. It will not endanger public health, safety, or the general welfare of the public. and it will not be injurious to the enjoyment of other property owners. We do not live close to adjoining property owners. We own 10 acres, and it's sectioned A2 for agriculture, so it should not impact any of the neighbors. And it will not impede on the normal orderly development. We'll add it right to our existing home. The utilities that were in question, we're going to add another electric service to the addition. All of the human waste will be plumbed into the septic, the existing septic. We're not adding bedrooms, so I've already talked to
Mr. Shirk.
Mr. Shirk, Matthew Shirk at the health department to make sure all of that was within code. And as for the drainage from dog waste, it will all be hosed into a holding tank that will be pumped regularly. It will not be mixed with any human waste.
Yeah, okay, because that's the one I was curious about, because when we
Right,
have had
and I went
kennels in
to
the
talk
past,
to,
that was always
Yeah.
the important one, is how the animal waste was gonna be managed.
yeah, we've been in contact with Matthew Shirk, and he's actually, 1 week, he owns the land right behind us. We had to send him
Yep.
a certified letter.
It will be pumped where, into a leach field, or?
It will be
out?
pumped by a truck and hauled away when it fills, so.
And then, all of the animal area will be under roof, so there won't be any rainfall added to that, correct?
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
And in the offhand chance, I think one thing that might be advantageous is in the offhand chance if noise does become a problem, at least since it's covered, it'll be easy enough to modify to do something about the noise, I assume.
Yes, oh yes.
Yeah.
And we plan on having dog doors that we will close at night, so all of the dogs will be contained inside.
Actually, inside the
Inside
structure.
the structure at night.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll open the doors during the
daytime.
day, and they'll run in the
Yeah, you
backyard
run.
like they normally do. I mean, we're not adding any dogs to our program, we just need a better place for them to stay.
Yep.
It won't have any impact to public streets. We don't have that many visitors for dogs. And I believe that covers everything.
You can hang on to those for the BZA, then I'll get those back from you.
You got it.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
Is there any other
Any
questions?
questions?
No, I had looked at the maps and everything that Bill had sent me online. And the location of your home seems to be more in the center of your property to where you're really not
It really is.
adjacent to the neighbors, that there
Mhm.
should be no problem with them. I don't know if there's anyone here that came to object or not. Evidently not. They're all
I
friends.
don't recognize anybody but my children in the back row, so.
Hopefully they're not gonna object.
You guys are a full-time job.
Got
You like
blackberry
playing with
shovel.
puppies? No? Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject.
All right. You say it's cockapoos that you're raising?
Yes, ma'am.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Well, if there's-
A lot of our dogs are homed in guardian homes around the community. So a lot of people know people that have my dogs, but we do keep a handful at the house and need a way to keep them separated, so.
Well, in case, then, since there's no more questions with the board of members, or now that if there's any discussion between members of the board.
Anything that needs to be brought up? Okay. Is there, I don't believe there's any opposition then.
Okay, then you ask for the motion.
I would entertain a motion to, will we take each question?
No, you really don't need to do that with
Okay.
this
Alright.
one. It's just whether or not there's you're gonna ask for, which would either be a favorable, unfavorable, or no
Unfavorable.
recommendation.
Or favorable or unfavorable recommendation to the BZA?
I
Make a
make it-
motion.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's
No.
yours.
No, Chad, you may have the privilege.
I'll make the motion. That we send a
Now we
favorable
ask for a
position
second.
to the BZA.
There's a motion made for a favorable recommendation to the BZA. Is there
I'll
a second? There's a second. Is there any further discussion on the motion as it was presented? All in favor?
Well, actually, this is,
Roll
we do a
call.
roll call.
Roll call. Roll
Okay.
call.
Roll call. Ruby Seiler,
Yes.
Leota,
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
Gary Naylor,
Yes.
Chad Frank,
Yes.
Bill Mackey,
Yes.
Stephanie,
Yes.
and that's all that can vote.
Motion carries then, unanimous. Thank you very much.
Good luck. Thank you.
Okay, and you'll just have to do with the BZA after this meeting then.
We have director's report then?
Okay, we're gonna present it before everybody. If there's any questions or comments on the director's report? Yeah, you can ask for the voice vote on the director's report after you have a chance to go through that.
Is there any questions on the director's report for the month? I'll entertain a motion to accept.
I make a motion to accept that.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
It's motion made and seconded that we approve the director's report for the month. Is there any questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, the same? Motion carries. Director's report to be accepted. Is there any other business?
No other business?
Anyone from?
Oh, yeah, excuse me, I do have one
No,
thing.
you've lost your chance.
I just want to explain about I just want to explain to people about the emails. Two things. Is what we want to do is what I want to start doing is, I prefer, just other things, of course, that you read in the paper and the press, is that anybody who receives the packets or all the communications with me under the county business, has been been issued an actual county email address. And I'll get the information to everybody of how accessing it, and then you can into the county site, and then so you can access your email if you prefer to use that. What I'll do in the meantime until I'll send all the agendas out by mail, and it's a reminder of members who have chosen to get the packets by email, that just to go to this address right here to get your email.
So you won't send us the email anymore? 'Cause I get mine via email now.
Yeah, well, you'll get it via email,
Okay.
but it'll just be a different website, so
Okay.
we're not mixing personal with county business.
Okay.
You just want to go ahead and segregate that. And then the other one is we have the thumb drives, and so I'll get everybody the thumb drives with the zoning code. Yes, you're welcome. The zoning code will also have the comprehensive plan, and oh yes, and on Thursday we're having there's a video conference call over meeting to discuss the upcoming getting ready for the updating the comprehensive plan.
Anything else, Bill?
That is all that I have.
Anyone else have anything to bring before the board? I'll entertain a motion for adjournment then.
So moved.
Motion made and seconded for adjournment. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, the same. Motion carries. Meeting adjourned.
declare the April 8th, 2019 BZA meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay. Next on the agenda is a roll call, please.
Carrie Steele,
Here.
Bill Crawford,
Here.
James Fisher,
Here.
Ruby Seiler,
Present.
Leota,
Here.
Bill McDaniel,
Present.
Ann Sanders,
Here.
and myself.
Next on the agenda is approval of minutes. Says for February 2018, but it's actually going to be for January 14th, 2019. We'll be looking at the other ones later. So, I need the approval for, or motion made for approving the,
I'll make a motion we approve the minutes.
okay. Need a second?
I'll second.
Okay. We got a motion made and properly seconded to approve the January 14th, 2019 minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. All those opposed, same? Okay. Next on the agenda is the public hearing for special exception for petitioners James and Dina Sargent at 3284 West Williams Road. You want to come up and give me the spiel? I guess everyone else has it.
Bill, I need to abstain from this. I'm gonna be building the project,
Okay.
so I need to
Thank
step
you.
out.
Okay.
We are trying to build kennels at our residence. We're wanting to add 10 kennels to the back of our house. There's a folder, you've looked at it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you.
So, it'll be an office and a place for the puppies to be raised, and then some kennels off the back with a new garage. To go through the questions for the special exception, it will not be any danger to the public health, safety, or general welfare. It will just provide adequate housing for a breeding program. It will not be close to any neighbors. And we are adding it to our home, so therefore it will not impede on the normal orderly development of the property in the district. To take care of the utilities, adequate utilities, roads, drainage. We're going to add another electric service. All human waste will be plumbed to the existing septic because we're not adding bedrooms, so we didn't have to add another septic. And drainage of the floors and runoff will go to a holding tank that will be pumped and hauled away. Very minimal visitors, so it will not impact public streets. And the last one, we're using our current house, so it will not contravene with the principles of reinvestment, revitalization. So, do you have any questions?
No. You answered all of them. Main thing I was concerned with was the waste, and it sounds like you're taking care of that. So.
We talked to Matthew Shirk at the health department, and he pointed us in the right direction.
Okay. Anybody else got any questions? Okay,
How
thank
often
you.
did you say the waste was gonna be removed?
Annually, we'll look into it annually.
Okay. If it gets too much, you will call somebody and have them
Absolutely.
take care of it?
Yeah, as needed,
Okay.
or at least once a year.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, with that, I'll take a motion.
I'm going to approve the special exception as presented. I'll second it.
Okay, the motion made and properly seconded. Roll call, please.
Carrie Steele,
Yes.
Bill Crawford,
Yes.
and James is, and then Ruby Seiler,
Yes.
Leota King.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, motion made and properly approved. You take care of anything, the special exception permit?
Yeah, the special exception permit, and also then when they're ready to start the construction. So that, well, that's all gonna be wrapped in all in one. special exception permit along with the building permit.
All right, that's your next step.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Good luck with your business.
Appreciate it, thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is the director's report.
I move to accept the director's report.
I'll second it.
Okay. We got a motion made and properly seconded to approve the director's report. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. And then last, anybody have any comments or anything going on that they wanna talk about?
Do we need to bring Jeff back in?
Oh, yeah.
That'd probably be the
Will you get Jeff Fisher for us?
He's
please?
coming.
Oh, there.
He's
Sorry. We carried on without you, and then I thought I'd bring you in for
That's
the
okay.
adjournment.
idea. Yeah. Need somebody to make the adjournment.
Yeah, somebody new.
Nobody has anything?
Did you have anything you need to bring up?
Nope.
Okay, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All right, all those in favor of adjourning?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. All right, thank you very much.
That's just share.